Hello, BookTube. I had a fairly rough 24 hours, and so I actually briefly contemplated skipping a day, filming wise. But I have a mail haul here that I think I'm going to want to share with you, and I can recover tomorrow. So let's get started, shall we? With this thing. Look at the size of this. And I felt like a hypocrite anyway because I did summon the strength to go to the Christian Science Monitor today and have fun. So, oh, good. Excellent. This is Bill Shutt. This is cannibalism. I've already read this. It's great. It's a great book. I think this comes out next year. February. I will sing its praises closer to its pub date, but it's fantastic. I learned something on almost every page, and I laughed a lot. He's a funny writer. Then we've got... what is this? This is Badlands by Oakley Hall. It looks like a Western. It has a front cover blurb from Larry Murtry, no less. with a back cover blurb from Thomas Pynchon. so Oakley Hall knows just the right people. Oakley Hall, born in 1920, died in 2008, was a great novelist of the American West and a beloved writing teacher of Michael Chabon and Richard Ford, among many others. He is the author of numerous books, including Warlock. Warlock is a Western that I read ages ago in a mass market paperback. Good Lord. Okay, well, that explains the blurbs. All right, so this is a forgotten classic rediscovered, and it's called Badlands. God, am I in the mood for a Western so soon after being sick? I don't know. Westerns tend to create their own mood, don't they? Let's keep going here. Since I don't really feel like a long video, even though I'm happy to be seeing you all again. Okay, good, excellent. This is due at the end of October. This is Peter Friesch, An Iron Wind, about Europe under Nazi Germany. I just learned today that I will be doing this for the Christian Science Monitor, so it's nice to have a finished copy. It too was brilliant, but not in the fun way that cannibalism was. What have we got here? Oh, okay. This is due any day now. This is Sunborn by W. Michael and Kathleen O'Neill Gear, authors who have spent their entire writing career, 10 or 20 years, writing about prehistoric America. Some really good books. I've read quite a few that I thought were just flat, just lecture notes. And then I've read quite a few others that were wonderful. So go figure. We'll see which one this is. But the net effect of variation like that is that I can't ignore any book. I can't say, well, this is just going to be boring. I have to read them all. And that's as it should be anyway. So, all right. Okay, this is a Lawrence Block edited anthology called In Sunlight or in Shadow, fiction inspired by the paintings of Edward Hopper. Includes quite a few people, and it comes out in early December. I got the advance copy of this thing. I read a few of the stories that I hadn't read. Quickly came to the conclusion that the anthology is not from me, and I should have known that without reading any of the stories, because I think that Hopper is bad. I think he's junk. And I appear to be the only person left in the world who thinks that, so probably the theme was never going to wow me. Let's see here. What else have we got? We're moving along here. Sorry for the somewhat dispirited narration. I'm still feeling a lot like crap. Oh, fantastic. Okay. Talk about feeling like crap. All right, this is due at the end of October. This is something also that I've read. This is Karamet Writer wrote a book called 23/7 that's about the use and abuse of solitary confinement at Pelican Bay, prison, American prison named Pelican Bay. I read this when, actually I don't know what Karamat Bruce is. I read this when it first came out. Or no, it first came out. It's not out yet. I read it when I first got the reader's copy and was blown away. It's incredibly important, but boy, is it grim reading. And there is simply no conclusion that can be drawn other than that prison officials use solitary confinement as a means of torture. There's simply no other conclusion you can come to. Oh my. Okay. Language at the Speed of Sight is our next one by Mark Seidenberg. And if memory serves, the theme of this is something that's come up on BookTube before. Whether or not you vocalize when you read. Interesting. I read a bit of this as well. The first part of it is about reading. And then the chunks towards the end are more social science about how to help people read. The parts that are about reading are very good. So I look forward. I'll read the whole thing this time. I'll just sit down and read the whole thing as a unit. That'll make more sense than picking and... oh, okay. This also is due in February. This is Claire McIntosh. It's I See You. And it certainly seems like a thriller of some kind. She wrote I Let You Go. That's a dire trend in titles, isn't it? Primary school titles. During her commute home one night, while glancing through her local paper, Zoe Walker sees her face staring back at her from a classified ad, along with a phone number and a listing for a website called FindTheOne.com. Other women begin appearing in the same ad, a different one each day, and Zoe realizes they've become the victims of an increasingly violent crimes, including murder. With the help of a determined cop, she uncovers the ad's purpose. Women are being chosen by someone for a twisted game of cat and mouse, and that someone may be closer to Zoe than she ever imagined. Okay. I imagine that one of the elements that pleases people who read mostly thrillers like that is how incredibly programmatic they seem. I mean, that description was, you got the gripping hook, and then maybe they like that. Maybe that's part of the appeal. I'll certainly give it a try. Not too close before February. Anyway, the next one has two in it, both from Johns Hopkins University Press. The first one is Committed, which is subtitled The Battle Over Involuntary Psychiatric Care, where you people who are forcibly committed. I heard about this book and want to read it. And while I was requesting it, I requested this one as well. So I'm very glad I got this. John Adams' Republic. This is The One, the Few, and the Many by Richard Allen Ryerson. A big, oversized thing. Very nice. Which is a study of John Adams. Of all the founding fathers, John Adams may have worried the most about the problem of social jealousy and political conflict in the new republic. Any study of the American Revolution that highlights John Adams is fine by me. Way, way too few of them do. 1 for every 10 that you get for Jefferson. But the thing that remains is the reason that I wanted to do this, this mail haul. Look at this thing. Look at the size of this. And it's not from a publisher. It's from a BookTube channel that you all know and love. It's from Reading with Pugs. It's big, and it's heavy. She sent something to me in the mail, and I'm really hoping, I don't know what it could be. I've said on this channel many times that I discourage people to send me books. As you've all seen by now, I get an avalanche of books, and I also have access to an avalanche of books, used books, secondhand books, all over Boston. It's virtually impossible to send me a book that I will want to keep. But let's see what's in here. Oh my God, it's an entire box full of books. Oh my! Someone gave us a box full of books. I found a few I thought you might like to keep. Sell them, give them away, whatever you like. Oh, wonderful! All right, shall we see what's in here? First of all, there's a penguin. Graham Greene, The End of the Affair, these green-spined penguins. Then there's John Meacham's great biography, American Lion. of Andrew Jackson. Never thought I would like Andrew. I don't like Andrew Jackson. I think he's a horrible fraud. And I never thought I would like a biography of him, but this was fantastic. And then there's Jeff Shara's Gone for Soldiers, a Civil War novel of his, following in the footsteps of his father, Michael Shara. What else have we got here? This is Sterling Seagrave's The Song Dynasty, a great panoramic history from 1985. I read this ages ago, and I have not read it since, so I could probably stand to read it again. I actually have a bit of a connection with the Song Dynasty that I'll talk about someday in an extra tedious video. What else have we got here? Travel writing, the best American travel writing. This one is for 2005. I see a Penguin classic, The Blithedale Romance by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Oh, very nice. Another Penguin classic, Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. What else have we got in here? Oh, look at that. There's a Star Trek novel, Preserver, by William Shatner. And of course, when you see William Shatner on the cover of these Star Trek novels, what you mean is William Shatner and James Rhys Garfield and his wife. They're wonderful Star Trek writers, and they are Shatner's ghostwriters. These books are all outside. They're ex cathedra. They're outside of Star Trek continuity. These William Shatner authored, Captain Kirk starring Star Trek novels. They're outside of even the continuity of the novels. They take a path entirely of their own. So that was probably made no sense at all to non-Star Trek fans. It's a complicated thing, Star Trek fandom. It's this big thing. Look at that, a 10th anniversary tribute to Star Trek: The Next Generation, called The Continuing Mission. It's probably chock full of photos. Look at that, it is. It's chock full of photos. And the last thing is huge. What is this? Oh, look at that. Volume 1 of the autobiography of Mark Twain. These gigantic volumes that are being done by the Mark Twain papers. The archive of the Mark Twain papers, releasing these things for the first time. Son of a gun. All right, well, Jen has, at one fell swoop, doubled the size of the day's book haul. Thank you so much. How amazing. All right, I'm going to go back to sleep. I'll see you soon, Book 2. Thank you.